I got blood. You know I really got blood?
Yo.
I think I'm dying.
Yo. We were like, fuck. Can you see my location, bro? Oh yeah, walk with them and tell them to follow my location, bro. You see my location, just follow that.
I've been playing hella rogue. I
follow my location.
It's a good ass joint. Yeah, Orthodox church. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I've been to this building before.
Nice to see.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's like regular. It's not a lot to game, but it's pretty tough.
Glasses.
Niggas dead, man. Niggas ain't do nothing. Look at these niggas dead, yo. All 4 tires, bro. All 4 tires. All 4 fucking tires, bro.
Story time about how I was almost killed at 17 and snaked out by some of my closest friends. Let me tell you about it. So before I even get into this, you gotta understand, this whole story happens around 2024. Around the time where I just finished my final exam and I just graduated high school, which if some of y'all can relate to, it is such a relief and such a blessing. No longer having to worry about exams and stuff like that. It was such a relief. And keep in mind, this whole ordeal, this whole situation in which you clicked on this video to hear about, this happens maybe a week after my final exam. So summer has just started. Okay, and the people involved is 3 people involved, right? And there's more people involved afterwards, but 3 main people you gotta understand. All right, first dude, we're gonna call him J. Other dude, we're gonna call him T. And then the third dude, we'll call him C. All right, J, T, and C. All right, so boom, right? This is happening around Canada Day, okay? Canada Day is June 1st, I think, or July 1st, maybe. I actually don't remember, to be honest. But listen, Canada Day is like July 4th for Americans. It's an Independence Day, right? So we outside for Canada Day. It's like me and like 8 other people, 10 people, you know what I'm saying? We in downtown watching fireworks, drinking, smoking, doing all types of bullshit, you feel me? And then, you know, nothing ends up happening. We end up going home, right? But look, the day after Canada Day, the 2 people hit me up, J and T, okay? They start asking me, hey, do you want to go to this food spot? I'm like, bro, no. We just went to go out to eat yesterday during Canada Day. I don't want to go out again. We was just up all night yesterday for Canada Day. You think I want to go out again? No, I want to stay home. And they're like, oh my God, please, like, bro, please come out, bro. If you come out, I'll pay for you. If you come out, bro, like, let's do this, bro. We'll do that. Like, trust me, bro. And then I end up agreeing, right? Which is bullshit. You know, you can't be giving into peer pressure like that. But I did. I'm going to admit it. Okay? But boom, right? J and T asked me to go to a little food spot. I end up agreeing. And then C ends up coming along. Okay? J, T, C, and me. All right? So we get in the car. Oh, and by the way, the reason why they asked me and the reason why they really needed me to go, it was because I had a car. And if I didn't agree to go, then there was no way of them getting there. You feel me? So boom, right? I agreed to go, picked them up. We end up driving, going to the food spot, getting our food, nothing crazy, whatever, right? Then we end up going to a little convenience store, trying to get some snacks, trying to get some drinks, because it would be cheaper to get it at the convenience store than it would be at the food spot we was at, right? So we end up going to the convenience store, and I end up parking up behind the convenience store, which was important. Because as soon as I pulled in, my friend was like, hey, bro, just park up in the front, bro. I'm telling you. Like, we're just going to be in and out. I'm like, nah, bro, let's just park in the back. I'm telling you, right? Horrible mistake, okay? So we end up parking in the back, and this dude in a car, right? It's not J, T, or C. A completely separate individual in a car, in an all-black car with busted up rims. Bro, this motherfucker was in a bucket, right? They drive past our car, and they start mean-mugging us. Mean-mugging us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Starts mean-mugging us. Crazy, okay? And I'm like, what the hell? My friend, C, he's in the front seat, right? He points it out. And I'm like, bro, let's just go in and go out. I ain't even tripping about it. Because motherfucker looking at us. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you looking at? I wasn't even tripping about it at that moment, right? I wasn't even tripping about it. I'm like, bro, we just gonna go in and come out and we gonna be good, right? So we end up getting out the car. And as soon as we end up getting out the car, a dude with a shiesty, some like wish.com having ass chains, okay? Some Temu Alibaba having ass chains and like a side bag, right? Ends up coming around the corner, okay? And they look at us and keep walking. But then they step back and look at us again. Okay, like imagine I'm a dude with a shiesty and gold chains and a side bag and shit like that, right? Motherfucker starts walking, looks at us, stops, looks again, and then starts walking towards. He's like, hey yo, reaches into this side bag, right? Guess what I'm thinking in my mind? Dude with a shiesty and a side bag and starts reaching into it and starts saying, hey yo, red flags, right? Guess what in my head? I'm thinking I'm damn Superman or something. I'm thinking I'm Spider-Man or something. I'm thinking I'm invincible or some shit like that, right? So even though there's a dude with a shiesty walking up towards us with his hand in a side bag, I'm thinking, bro, what you gonna do to me? What you gonna do to me? I'm not trying to be a tough guy, but I'm like, I ain't scared of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared of this shit, and I don't even realize the danger of the situation I'm in. I'm so up in my head thinking, oh, like, what you gonna do to me, bro? I ain't tripping about shit, right? And I'm telling you, I'm not even lying on God, right? I'm thinking, oh, what you gonna do to me? I'm so in my head, so egotistical, so thinking, oh, you ain't gonna do shit to me, man. You ain't on that. Thinking all this stuff that I don't even realize the severity of the situation. As soon as I turn around, all of my friends, they down the parking lot. All of my friends, they run down the parking lot. And I realize I'm the only one standing there. So as soon as I see them running, I run too. You know what I mean? And I didn't even realize the situation until we start running. We get in some alleyway, right? We get into some alleyway and C, right? C, the dude that was in the passenger seat, he told me, yo, I just saw him pull out a gun or a knife or some shit. I'm like, what? Are you serious? I didn't even see that. Okay. And I was standing in front of C. And I was like, bro, what? Are you serious? And he's like, yeah, bro, I saw, like, he pulled out something. I don't know if it was a knife or a gun, but he pulled out something and it was shining. It was reflecting. And I'm like, oh, shit. Now I'm really deepening with the seriousness of the situation. And like I said right at the start, it's a dude in a black bucket SUV, some like Mitsubishi or something, right? It was a dude in a car that was mean-mugging us. As we are in this alleyway, we end up seeing like a SUV just driving by, a black SUV. And we just end up realizing, oh my God, that's the same exact car. They circling this area. They're circling this whole area trying to find us. I'm like, what the hell? And keep in mind, I do not know these people. I don't have no beefs. I don't have no problems. Bro, that stuff is lame. That's for little kids. I'm becoming a grown-ass man. I'm not doing all that stuff. And so these people are circling around the whole area trying to find us. And we ducking off in some alleyway. We are literally ducked off in somebody's backyard and they don't even know it. Okay? So we backed off, we ducked off in somebody's backyard, right? And we end up seeing the car coming by. So we end up start running again. We end up hiding behind sheds. We hiding in somebody's backyard, in the alleyways and stuff. We see cars coming through and we end up just running. You feel me? And we're like, God damn. So we end up ducking off in somebody's backyard, right? And all of us, right? It's 4 of us, me, J, T, and C. We end up calling mad people. And we called everybody in our friend group, right? People in our friend group, they just wasn't picking up the phone at all. Some people, they weren't even picking up the phone, right? And then the first dude we called that actually picked up the phone, so this is like after calling 2 people, the third person that actually picked up the phone, right? We end up telling him the situation, right? This is the third person we called, but the first person that picked up the phone. We end up telling them the situation. And we're like, yo, bro, please, like, bro, we're in a serious situation. Like, bro, somebody is trying to kill us. Somebody is trying to murder us. Can you please pick us up? We're literally like 10 minutes away from that dude's crib. And he's like, bro, nah, I can't, bro. Like, I'm with my uncle right now. I'm like, bro, what? Well, it wasn't me, but it was C. C was on the phone with him, right? He was like, bro, no, you're not. You're not with your uncle, bro. That's some bullshit lie. That's some bullshit lie that he would make every time he didn't want to hang out with us. He would just be like, oh, I'm with my uncle. He's like, bro, no, you're not. Like, bro, please. Like, we are in a real deep, serious situation. And then he's like, nah, I can't. Hanged up on us. Hanged up on C calling him. Right? Hanged up in our face after we told him the serious situation we in. After we told him we are literally getting chased around, or not chased, but somebody driving around the area trying to get us for what? We don't even know. But somebody trying to dead ass murder us. And he hung up in our face. Right? So I called this one dude, right? One of my best friends since like elementary. I call him, he's like, yo, what's going on? I was like, bro, please, can you like do something? Can you like, can you drive to us? Can you pick us up, bro? Like, we are literally in this deep situation, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro, please. The only dude, this is the only person out of all of us, me, J, T, and C. This is the only person out of everybody we called who was actually respectful about it. right? Because he said, nah, bro, I can't, bro. But like, yo, are you good? Like, are you sure you good, bro? Like, I really can't do anything. But like, yo, can you let me know what happens after? Like, let me know if you're safe when you get home. Yo, shout out. I'm not even going to say his name because he knows who he is. Shout out to you, bro. If you're watching this, I love you, bro. I love you so much. Because even though he couldn't do it, he was still concerned about, you know, our well-being and stuff, right? Or just my well-being, because they ain't really know him like that. So then, boom, right? We start calling mad people. They start being like, yo, I'm with my family, bro. I can't do it, right? Then we open this little group chat that we in. Everybody starts clowning us. They like, bro, why don't y'all call the police? Why don't y'all call the police and just tell them what happened? Like, bro, what is the police gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I don't trust the police, okay? I've literally had crackheads try to break into my crib and we call the police and they have never come. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't trust the police off the rip, okay? So they start clowning us. They start sending laugh emojis like, bro, stop trying to be cool, bro. Stop trying to do this. Like, call the police. I'm like, bro, this is a serious situation we in. Can one of y'all give us a ride? None of them was trying to give us a ride. Everybody was just laughing, doing this, doing that, right? So then, boom, okay? C and T, they end up calling 2 people. C ends up calling somebody we went to school with. Keep in mind, this person we went to school with, I barely even talked to. I was cool with them. Don't get it twisted, right? I was cool with them, but I barely talked to them. I barely talked to them like that. You know what I'm saying? I would just dap them up, have small talk, but I've never kicked it outside of school with this person. And then T ends up calling 2 other people, okay? Now C, the person he calls, he ends up agreeing. He's saying, oh shit, y'all in a serious situation? You know, guess what? I'll come pick you up. I got you. Don't even worry. Somebody I've never kicked it with outside of school was willing to pick us up, willing to help us out compared to the people we kick it with every single day. They ain't even want to pick us up. They hanging up in our face. They sending laugh emojis. They thinking it's a joke. They thinking we playing. What? So boom, right? All these people that we kick it with, all these people we was outside every day with, all these people we called our friends, they ain't even want to pick us up. But the dude we barely even kick it with, the dude we've never kicked it with outside of school ends up wanting to pick us up or ends up, you know what I mean, offering to pick us up, right? And I'm thinking in the back of my head, well, not in the back of my head, but afterwards in the back of my head, I'm thinking, bro, the biggest lesson from that was to treat everybody equally, treat everybody respectfully, treat everybody nicely. No matter how big they are, how low they get, you know what I'm saying? No matter what type of job they have, what type of person, no, treat everybody respectfully. Treat everybody nicely. Be kind to everyone because you have no idea how it would pay off in the future. But guess what? Even though he was offering to pick us up, T ends up calling 2 people. Some little white boy and some light-skinned motherfucker, right? He calls him. He's like, yo, bro, can you please pick us up? We almost got killed. Somebody's trying to fucking like literally murder us, bro. Like, can you please pick us up? And guess what the people on the line said to him? They said this. Yeah, I'll pick you up, but I got to pick up my food first. Keep in mind, the food they was getting was like $5. The food they were getting was $5. Okay? You think I give a fuck about some $5 takeout food more than I do somebody else's well-being? I don't give a fuck about that shit. So I told him, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you doing? Stop that. No, do not tell these people to come. I will walk my ass all the way back home. I will walk an hour and a half back home before I get in the car with those people. Because you gonna tell me they put the pizza, because it was a pizza spot, right? They gonna put cheap ass takeout food over your life. Those are not your friends. And I told them straight up, those are not your friends. People that are going to put $5 cheap takeout food over your well-being, over your life, they do not care about you. They are not your friends. Do not tell those people to come. Do not tell these people to come, right? But guess what? Guess what? Guess what he says? Yo, I accidentally dropped my location to them. So they're coming right now. Now in the back of my head, I'm thinking something's up. What the hell do you mean you dropped your location? You accidentally dropped your location? You accidentally dropped your location to them. Keep in mind, the other dude, right? Like I said, see, he called somebody we barely even kicked it with back in school. They ended up agreeing. But since he said he accidentally dropped his location, and these people were already coming, and they were closer compared to the other dude C called, C told him it's okay, right? C told him it's okay, we don't need it. And guess what? The dude that accidentally dropped his location, the people that he called ends up coming, right? We end up being ducked off in the alleyway. And as soon as they come, they roll down the window and both start laughing at us. They both start laughing and pointing at us. I'm Pete. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to get in the car, right? I'm like, bro, are you gonna let us in or not? And then Jay, right, the other person in the store, he ends up trying to push me back. I'm like, what the hell is you pushing me back for? What the hell are you pushing me back for? These people are laughing at us while we're in this dire situation, right? So boom, right? We end up getting in the car. Guess what the dude says, right? The little white boy, he says, "Oh, don't get my seats dirty." I don't care about your seats. I do not care. Okay? You worried about the seats more than your friend almost literally dying. But oh, it's whatever, right? He ends up driving us back to my car. When we get to the car, you seen it at the start of the video. All of the tires were popped. All of the tires got cut into. Somebody, the dude in the shiesty, got a knife out, slashed all my tires. And then boom, as we laughing, they start laughing. No, as we start driving, they start laughing about it more. Right? The two people he called. We go in the convenience store and we're like, yo, it's over with. We got to call the police. You know what I mean? So boom, right? We go into the store. We asked if they got security cameras. The dude said, yeah, we got security cameras, but I can't access them. I have to wait for my manager to come, and my manager, she's not going to come until tomorrow. I'm like, man. So we wait inside, and then we call the police. We tell them what happened. And keep in mind this, right? While we call the police, as soon as they pick up the phone, as soon as the 911 operator picks up the phone, I tell them exactly what happens, right? And they give me this attitude. They're like, what city are you in, right? They gave me this attitude because I'm telling them what happened, right? And they're like, stop doing that. Tell me what city you're in first. I tell them, transfer me to another operator. Tell them what happened. They pull up, right? Or actually, before they pulled up, this is what happened, okay? This is where my friend snaked me out. These dudes is parked in front of the store. The dudes that he called, they didn't even leave. They stayed. And they started playing with my car, touching my car, recording videos. I'm like, bro, I tell T, you call these people, so you're going to have to tell these people to leave, okay? Because these people are going to my car, touching it, recording it, you know what I mean, making jokes about it. This is a serious situation we are in. We have almost just died. So how about you go up to them and you stand on business for once in your life and you tell them, listen, go home, bro. Listen, we already got this situated. You helped us out. Please, can y'all just please leave? That's all we need, all right? That's all I asked him to say, okay? And as we walk in, he ends up just, oh, man, so like, what y'all got going on later today? What y'all got going on later today? What does it matter what they got going on later today? Why are they still here? I grabbed the white dude on his collar. I said, listen, if he not gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. Listen, stop playing with me. Get out of here. Leave, okay? You're doing too much. All right, stop recording, stop playing with me, stop touching my car up and shit. Get the fuck out. As soon as I let go, his right-hand man, or not his right-hand man, but you know, the light-skinned dude, he ends up swinging on me, right? All right, cool. Whatever, right? I back up, right? I'm like, all right, I'm ready to fight. As soon as I get ready to fight, the dude tackles me on the ground. I start swinging, right, as I'm on the ground. And as I'm trying to get up, the other dude puts me in a headlock. And guess who is outside? Because keep in mind, right, it's J and T that walk up outside. C stays in the building. He doesn't leave the building. He stays inside. As soon as this happens to me, soon as the dude knocks me on the ground and the other dude puts me in a headlock, guess what happens? J and T, you think they swung in? Nope. They let it happen. They didn't do nothing. They did not do nothing. And I got my hat, because I had a hat on, right? I had a New York Yankees hat. I got my hat and I threw this shit out the car. And T, he ends up going like this. He ends up being scared. I'm like, why the fuck would y'all let them do that to me? Why the fuck would you let them do that to me? After I just got my tires slashed, every single one of them, and I almost got killed. You gonna let them do that to me? Why would you even drop the location? You talking about accidentally drop the location? I am heated at this point. Because not only did we almost get killed, not only do we have no way home, not only did these people, oh no, matter of fact, let me restart. But not only did we, because not only did we almost literally die, because not only did we have no way home, but now these dudes just roughed me up, swung at me, tackled me, put me in a headlock. What? And y'all just let that happen? I am heated. I'm heated. And then this dude, Jay, right? He ends up going, oh my God, like, bro, I should have swung. You should have swung. Now you understanding? But you didn't understand in the moment, but now you understanding. Whatever, right? We end up going back inside. I tell C what happens. I just got jumped. It is what it is. Okay? I don't care. All right? Well, I did care. I'm gonna be honest, but I don't care about it no more. All right? We end up calling the police. The police end up coming through, right? They ask us what happened. I give them my information, right? We end up going outside. It's pouring raining outside. This whole time, pouring raining, right? He ends up pointing at the camera. The police officer, there was a camera right next to my car, ends up taking photos of all the slashed tires. We end up going inside, and guess what? We're still stuck inside this convenience store. The police officers, guess what? They came through, took pictures, but they couldn't even give us a ride. There was no way in hell they could have given us a ride because there was two of them. They couldn't fit us in the back. You know what I mean? So they couldn't even give us a ride. So we're still stuck, and the police just left, okay? And now we have to call even more people. We tell the people in the group chat, right? Because like I said, we was in a group chat. We asked everybody in the group chat. We said, hey, bro, can you please pick us up? They all started laughing. We told them the situation. And then we told them exactly what happened. Because they were all saying, bro, stop being cool. Just call the cops. I tell them straight up, listen, we did call the cops. And they just came, took pictures, and then left. All right? And now we can't still get a ride back home. We're still stuck. So they did nothing. All right? And then guess what? Guess what these motherfuckers say? They say, oh, at least you're safe, man. You didn't care if we was safe while this was happening, but now it's at least you're safe. You didn't even care if we were safe while this was happening, but now that we called the cops and this is over, oh, at least you're safe. Get out of here. That's that fake stuff. That's fake stuff, okay? I end up just being silent the whole time. Okay, I'm silent. I'm not trying to talk to nobody. All right, Jay trying to be like, yo, like, bro. I'm like, bro, get the fuck off of me. Because he tried to dap me up. I'm like, bro, get off of me, bro. Don't talk to me. Right? So, boom, right? C ends up calling somebody. He went to like middle school with. We get in the car with them. Okay? We get in the car with them. They drive us all home. You're saying, W guy, listen, if you're watching this, I have no idea who you are. I don't even know what your name is. To the white guy who was driving the Volkswagen, I think it was I don't even know what it was. It was a Volkswagen, and you asked us midway during the drive if we had a vape. If you're watching this, I greatly appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you so much, bro. I didn't get the chance to say thank you because I was so deep in my emotions and I was so messed up after what everything happened, and it was a silent ride. But listen, bro, if you're watching this, I greatly appreciate you. And you know, one day, hopefully I'll meet you, and I end up being able to repay the favor. Okay, so we end up getting home. Right, and this is the part that messed me up on top of everything that happened. Because not only did we almost get killed, not only did we get disrespected by all these people we thought we were cool with, right? Not only did I get jumped into not two, man, that sounds crazy, but double teamed on, you know what I'm saying, jumped on and things like that. Not only did I have my friends snake me out, you know what I mean, they didn't even do nothing. But as soon as I walk into the crib, my mom's in the living room. It's like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., right? She's like, where's the car? Right? And I already told her what's happening. I told her what happened. I told her what happened to the car. And you could tell I am messed up. It wasn't that hard for anybody to tell. You could tell just looking at me, I was messed up. You could tell. Because when you go through stuff like that, you can't just try and nonchalant and just act it off. No, you could tell I was going through it. So I tell her what happened, and my mom's on the living room couch on the phone scrolling, right? I tell her exactly what happened. I told her somebody tried to kill us and somebody slashed the tires, so I couldn't get the car back. My mom, scrolling on the phone, does not even bat an eye to me, even after I said that. She doesn't even look over. She doesn't even get up to see if I'm okay or if anything's wrong. She stays on her phone. She doesn't even look in my direction. She goes, what? Are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. And then this is what she says. So how's your dad going to get to work tomorrow? So you're not like, I understand my dad needs to get to work tomorrow, but you're not even upset that, you know, I almost got killed? You're not upset that I literally had to go into somebody's backyard, some random person's backyard, hoping that that person in the house doesn't think we're some intruder and tries to, you know, fuck us up as well? You're not even upset. You're not even trying to know, if, you know, what happened or why this happened, or no, you're not even worried about, you know, me almost dying. You worried about my dad getting to work? I understand, but like, you know, I feel like there's certain things that matter more than the other. And I'm like, I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out. And she goes, man, and I'm telling you, this whole interaction with me and my mom, she does not even bat an eye to me. She did not even look at me once. She did not get up to see if I was okay. She just stayed on the couch and just kept scrolling. So I go to my bed and I pray, you know. I prayed. I'm like, God, like, why, bro? Why me? I end up getting in a heated discussion. I'm like, yo, y'all just let them. Well, I got in a heated discussion with J and T, right? C didn't really do nothing, but J and T, them the ones that, you know, did me dirty. So I got in a heated discussion. I'm like, yo, I don't care who y'all think y'all is. And remember, right, after this jumping happened, right, after I got jumped, Jay had his hands on his head. And he was like, oh, I should have swung, bro. But as soon as we start talking in the group chat, this dude going, oh, nah, bro, I couldn't have swung, bro. I shouldn't have done it. Like, even if I did, because, like, the police were going to come. The police came 10, 15 minutes after the jumping, okay? And keep in mind, he was like, at the start, he was like, oh my God, I should have swung. But now he changed it up completely. Bro, I couldn't have swung, bro. The police were coming by. Bro, shut up. I said, shut up. I do not care. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't hit me up for nothing. I do not mess with y'all no more. I left that group chat, right? I don't care what nobody think. I left that group chat and never said a thing, right? My friend C ended up telling me afterwards I left, ain't nobody talked or said anything, right? And I was like, bro, I'm not doing this with nobody. Okay, because not only did these people do me dirty, but all these other people in this group chat, they didn't take us seriously when we was in a messed up situation. So I go home. After that, I pray. I'm like, God, why? Like, why did this have to happen to me? Like, why, God? And oh, keep in mind this. While we were talking in group chat, they saying, oh, like, insurance will cover it, bro. You don't even got to worry about the tires. First of all, I had to pay $250 down, and then the insurance covered it. And not only did the insurance cover it, but afterwards, my interest rate went up. So I had to pay more monthly for my insurance. So for people saying, oh, like, or not people, but them dudes saying like, oh, like, bro, you ain't got to worry about the tires, bro. Like, the insurance will pay for it. Bro, I had to pay $250 and then the insurance covered it. And afterwards, I got more money on my monthly bill. Okay. So then boom, right? I pray. I go to sleep. I ain't getting no sleep. Early morning, C and his mom offered to give my mom a ride and give me a ride to get it picked up. So we end up going to drop my mom off, going to the car. We end up waiting all day to get the car towed. C's mom ended up paying for it. Thanks to her, you know what I'm saying? We end up, I end up had to take the bus. And keep in mind, besides from C and his family members, J and T, they did not pull up. They did not try and come and help, you know what I mean? They did not want to, try and help me get my car towed. They did not care, okay? They did not care. They stayed home and did what they did, you know what I'm saying? And just moved on like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? They did not care about, how I was going, what I was going through. They did not care, all right? I was doing all this stuff for them and they did not care as soon as it hit the fan for me, okay? So we got the car towed. I ended up taking the bus, got the car fixed up later, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, that was it. You feel me? That was it. I guess I could tell you afterwards, one of my friends down the street, I told him what happened. He's cool with J and T. I ain't cool with them. I told him what happened. He said it is what it is. And then the crazy part is that dude ended up getting jumped as well, like not too long afterwards. And as soon as that happened to him, he called me and I hopped out, trying to help him. But when I told him what happened to me, it was, oh, it is what it is. Like when I got jumped and I told him what happened, oh man, it is what it is. But when he gets jumped and he tells me what happened, he's like, bro, come on, we gotta go do something. Come on, bro. And that was stupid because I went out and tried to help him. Even though when I told him when the same exact thing happened to me, he said it is what it is. When it happened to him and he told me, he was like, oh, you gotta come out and do something about it. We gotta do something. And that was the most stupidest decision I ever made. I showed up for people that did not show up for me in the same way. Okay. And yeah, that's it. That's really it, bro. Let me tell you the biggest thing you can learn from this story. If you watch all the way to the end, I greatly appreciate you. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful for you watching to the end. But main thing you got to understand is that you do not know people. You do not know people as much as you think you do. I feel like in life, we are damn near like actors. We always have to play a role. Whether you're somebody's son, whether you're somebody's best friend, somebody's, parents, you're a coworker to your job, you're this, you're that, like, whatever you is, you have to play some type of role. And sometimes people move like actors. People put masks all over their face, okay? So you don't know people as much as you think you do. As much as you think this person is real or as much as you think this person is authentic, sometimes people are just good at playing the role of looking authentic or appearing authentic. You don't know people. You don't know people as much as you think you do. Until you get into a situation where money comes between y'all attention comes between y'all, or, you know, a situation where things hit the fan, or even a person of the opposite sex, you never know that person. I know how y'all feel like when you go to school and it's a group of bad girls walking by and your friend try to put you in a headlock. That's somebody changing up for attention. And that's somebody changing up for somebody of the opposite sex. Yeah, it might not be that big of a deal, but it's really the principle of it. Because if they're doing this when it comes to something this small, imagine what they would do when situation hits the fan. You don't know people. You don't know people as much as you think you do. When money comes in between, they might change up. When a female, or if you're a female watching, when a guy comes in between, they might change up. You know what I'm saying? I had dudes talk dirty about me trying to get a girl. Like, what? I didn't even want the girl. You can have her. You know what I'm saying? You have dudes change up for money. You'll have dudes change up for attention just to get a girl's attention, or just because they got famous, or just because, you know, they got this and they got that. They got all this status. They'll change up. Not everybody, but some people will. And especially when a situation hits the fan, you never know how people will behave. They will either flight or fight. They will either fight or freeze. And you will never know until that situation comes. Everybody loves to say, oh, if somebody swings on you, bro, I'm swinging on the back. If you start losing in a fight, I'm gonna jump in as well. If you know, a situation happens, somebody try to kill me, bro, trust me, I'm gonna take the bullet first. They love to say stuff like this, but they don't actually do it until the situation hits the fan. Once a situation happens, see how they act. And I promise you, all that stuff they said, they will not do none of that. Okay? I'm telling you. Especially somebody that feels like they need to tell you something. Like, oh, like, trust me, I'm real, bro. Trust me, if this happens, I'm gonna swing on them. Like, somebody that needs to explain this to you is 9 times out of 10 fake. They're not gonna do it. They're projecting. They're saying this so they can make you think that they are, but they're not actually gonna do that, okay? You don't know people as much as you think you do, all right? And afterwards, you know, this whole situation. Oh, and by the way, another lesson as well. Treat everybody with respect. Treat everybody kindly. You know what I mean? Show love to everybody. Keep in mind, the only dude that was willing, besides from the 2 people, the only dude that was willing to pick us up was a dude I barely even kicked it with, and I never kicked it with outside of school. So a person I barely even kicked it with ends up being the one who's willing to help us out, but all the people we kick it with every day, they clowning us, laughing at us, and hanging up in our face. Treat everybody respectfully. I don't care if you're a millionaire and this person is a janitor. No, you are not better than that person. That person, you might end up needing that person in ways you can never imagine. It doesn't matter who you are, or how famous you are, or how big you are, or how rich you are. Treat everybody nicely and treat everybody kindly. It will pay off in the future one way or another. Okay, I'm telling you. And afterwards, you know, I'm feeling this depression. I'm gonna be honest, I was thinking all the time about like, damn, like what if this happens again? Or I was thinking about like what would have happened if things went differently? And I was thinking about, you know, every time I leave the crib, I'll think about the same thing happening. Like, what if this happens again? And, you know, I just got depressed because of it. You know what I mean? You know, and then afterwards, you know, I decided to just get out of my own rubble. I decided I was sick of it because I was going through some things beforehand, before this whole incident happened. So it just made everything a lot worse. And I decided, you know, I'm going to get out my own rubble. I'm not finna complain. I'm not finna whine. I'm not finna just stay around and be depressed all the time. I'm going to do something about it. And then that's when I started this YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? This is something I always wanted to do. This is something that, you know, I always wanted to do since a kid, since I always had in the back of my head. And, you know, I use this opportunity as to take this more seriously and make YouTube videos and just have fun with it. You know what I mean? So if you subscribe to the channel, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why I started, just to get myself out of that rubble. And yeah. Another lesson, I guess, is stop caring what people think. You know, stop caring about meaningless things. Like, you're gonna die. You know, one day or another, you are going to die. And you shouldn't care about all this stupid stuff. Like, I feel like the moment we are born, we're meant to care about frivolous things on social media and, you know, even in school and stuff like that, bro. Like, stop caring about this stuff. And stop caring what people think. Like, you're gonna die. Like I said this before, the younger you are, the more time you have, but you never know when that time will come. Like, you're gonna die. You don't want to die doing what you weren't supposed to. You don't want to die doing what you could have done. You don't want to die knowing, you know, you wanted to do this, but you decided to follow this route instead because of pressure and society and, you know, because of your parents and your friends. Like, don't do that. You don't want to die like that. Okay, this is your life and you can make it whatever you want it to be, you know? So don't be attached to everything people say about you. Don't be attached to everything around you. Like, these things are gonna go one point or another, and you have to come to terms with that, you know? Like, you're gonna die one day. You never know when that day will come. It might be sooner than you think. And, you know, it ended up giving me this greater realization on how to really appreciate life more. Knowing that, you know, at any point I could end up leaving, but I'm still here and I still, you know, get to see the grass grow and the trees blowing and the sky blue and the sun shining. Like, you know, it ends up making me realize how much I really appreciate life. And I hope, you know, my story could help you appreciate life as well. You know what I'm saying? No matter how down bad you get, no matter how dirty you've been done, like, there's always going to be, you know, greener grass on the other side. You know, take that time to appreciate life. You know what I'm saying? From one person to another, take that time to appreciate life. I appreciate your life because your life led to you clicking on this video. Okay? So listen, bro. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Appreciate you watching so much all the way to the end. And yeah, I hope this video ends up being like a staple. You know? Like, I end up getting big with this YouTube stuff. And, you know, this ends up being like the staple of my channel. So thank y'all. Thank you so much. Okay? And I hope I see you another time, okay? So listen, you take it easy. You stay safe. Have a blessed day, all right? You're going to be good. And listen, take it easy. One time.